my wife and I. We got up early this morning. We spent the morning in Macomb. We met, had a business roundtable discussion with some community and business groups. We spent quite a bit of time at the Western Illinois University at the campus there. John had never been to Macomb, so that was I think a time well spent. We dead-headed it down here to Quincy, and we had another business roundtable discussion with Greta. And I don't know, it must have been 15 or so people, 20 people maybe there. Had another good discussion. We've got a social event this evening, and in the morning we're meeting again with some of the chamber folks. So it's really an opportunity for John to really, I think, really listen to some of the concerns of folks here in Western Illinois and talk to them, get their input on some issues that they're facing. So it's been I think it's been a good visit. John's a very engaging individual, somebody that really can take an issue and delve into it and ask the right kind of questions, and somebody that I certainly enjoy dealing with. So John, you want to make some comments?
Yeah, thank you. This is my third trip to Quincy, and one of the reasons why I like to come back is my wife is with me and she loves Quincy. So the only problem is it looks like we're not going to be able to do too many tours of the beautiful homes like we have in the last couple of times. But I did want to get over to the university, never having been there. It was very helpful to get a tour and meet with the president, and then come back here. And once again, I got to tell you that traveling along the state, Quincy's doing better than a lot of other communities, and it's a tribute to the business people here. We had a chance to talk to some of the folks even from the healthcare industry, the banking industry, and to get their ideas and suggestions on how we can improve our statutes. You have an excellent state senator in John Sullivan who knows how to get really go to the state capitol and get, I would say, more than his fair share of goodies from the state capitol for this area. Does a great job. And so I'd be happy to answer any questions, and really look forward to coming back here again next year.
Sounds like you're going to bring your members back on the 29th, correct? Yes. And what do you hope to, can you get anything accomplished?
Yeah, what we're trying to do is we're trying to address a couple of issues dealing with some big corporations and the taxes that they pay. So we're trying to do what we can to retain some jobs in Illinois. There's a couple of companies, Sears company, as well as the CME, which is the options exchanges in Chicago, and we have discovered that they really we have a system by which they pay corporate income taxes that's really unfair, and we're trying to address that while at the same time making our own tax pact, our own tax code more progressive, and provide some relief for some businesses. So that's what we're working on. There's a few other bills of unfinished business from the veto session that we just finished. So we're trying to address it, and I think we'll be successful.
And Bob, if I can just follow up quickly on that, I mean, that was part of the discussion that we had both in Macomb and this afternoon here in Quincy. So, you know, laying out what that plan is and trying to get the input from, you know, mainly from the business community as to what their thoughts are on that.
Will you be able to tackle the pension issue as well?
Well, we in the Senate have taken the position that we're going to wait and see what the House does with the pension bill. Tom Cross is the sponsor. The Speaker's invited him to call the bill. Tom Cross is the Republican leader. The Speaker said he's going to support it, and he's asked him to call the bill whenever he wants. So if it passes, we would have a vote on it over in the Senate. I personally am not going to vote for that particular bill because it's unconstitutional. It'll go to court for a couple of years, nothing will happen, and we'll just spend a bunch of money on lawyers. So I don't see that being a very good solution to the problem.
Are you going to be able to get his bill passed that will fund the regional superintendent's office?
Done deal.
We did. We already passed.
Oh, you guys did? You guys did? When did you pass it? Because I knew the House passed it.
Last day, Thursday of last week.
You did get it passed? Okay, I'm sorry. Good. So is that money in the pipeline, ready to go? When will those folks be paid?
Well, the governor hasn't signed the bill yet, but he has it, and he signed in support of it, so we assume he's going to do that, and they should be getting their money very shortly.
Are there any unique things about this particular area of the state? as opposed to, I mean, you see it everywhere and up in Chicago, but what about, does anything strike you as being?
Well, first of all, you have a really vibrant business community, I think, that is willing to work with the other two states that are so close to you. And I think that's very important. You have the advantage of the transportation of the river, and we were working on, of course, improving the highway system even more by finishing the Macomb bypass. I happen to drive from Chicago first to Galesburg and then down here, and I see now firsthand there's only one little small stretch where you can't go on a 4-lane highway all the way from Chicago to Quincy. And so once that's completed, that'll be a huge, I think, benefit for all of western Illinois. You have a situation in Quincy where you have a population that's the largest town for miles around, so it's kind of a town that kind of swells when people come to do business every day. It's just it's a beautiful setting, it's a beautiful city. I think it appears to be really a great place to live. The unemployment rate here is dramatically lower than a number of other cities in Illinois. So the folks in Quincy are doing something right.
Why would you think that is then? Yeah. Why is our unemployment rate lower here than maybe in other places?
I think partly for what John just said. I mean, we are a hub, and so by bringing individuals from these other counties and surrounding states, you know, to Quincy area and Adams County, I think that's what keeps that unemployment down. And then you look at some of the businesses. Obviously, Brown County has the lowest unemployment in the entire state because of obviously Dot Foods is a tremendous employer there. We have some state facilities there as well. You know, I think I think we're doing some things right. I think, as John said, you know, the business community, they have a great working relationship with the other states and other communities around here.
In fact, the other thing you have to look at is even when you look at the taxes, a couple of exceptions for gas and cigarettes, Illinois has really got a more competitive tax climate, and that's another factor I think that helps us.
Politically speaking, obviously, John Sullivan's running for re-election, but you've got several members of your caucus who are not. Are you beating the bushes for candidates, or are they coming forward?
Well, most people, when they want to leave the General Assembly, they want to know who their successor is going to be. So we've got folks who are retiring. As it happens, we have a lot of turnover. That's one of the reasons why you don't need term limits, because we have a lot of natural turnover, especially when there's a redistricting year. And so, but I think that in each case where folks are decided to retire, we're recruiting very good candidates to take their place, and hopefully we'll continue to keep their seats represented by Democrats.
Past the veto session, then what's up? Then what next do you see as big?
We come in next year, of course, and what we really need to do is to tackle, prepare our budget again for next year. Remember, this year we authorized, we have a balanced budget in that we authorized less spending than the money we expect to take in. We're going to continue to do that. But the big problem is our unpaid bills. We've got about $6 billion in unpaid bills. It's a remnant of the recession. These are obligations which we have. We're going to need to definitely pay them. We need to do that through restructuring that debt. We need Republican support. So we'll see if they're willing to come around and help pay off those bills and spread that obligation out over time. I think that would be the best way to help our economy, get people paid.
And Rodney, on that point,